What romantic secrets did these country divas hide that shook the entire music industry? The world of country music has given the public some of the most talented and unforgettable women in entertainment history. Imagine the bright lights of Nashville, the echo of acoustic guitars in smoke-filled halls, and the deep emotions that seep into every note. But alongside their unforgettable hits and legendary careers that continue to inspire today, many of these artists have been wrapped in whispers, scandals, and sensational stories about their love lives, which often rivaled their music in fame. From turbulent marriages to rumors of unexpected connections, their personal stories became part of the industry's folklore. Today, we explore 12 country divas who, according to the press and gossip of the time, were romantically linked to numerous figures in the scene. Sit back comfortably, feel the pulse of those eternal melodies in your mind, and join me on this journey through their lives. Number 12. Wanda Jackson was born on October 20th, 1937, in Maud, Oklahoma.
Some people like to roll, moving and grooving, gonna satisfy my soul, let's have a party.
Evoke the sound of vibrant rockabilly in dusty bars, where a young woman breaks molds with her energy. Known as the Queen of Rockabilly, she began her career in the 1950s, standing out for fusing country and rock when few women did so. In her personal life, she married Wendell Goodman in 1961, a union that lasted until his passing in 2017. Goodman was also her manager, helping her navigate fame while keeping her grounded. Jackson's career started with hits like Let's Have a Party, Fujiyama Mama, and Right or Wrong. She became one of the first women to gain recognition in rock and roll while maintaining roots in country. Wanda toured with Elvis Presley in her early days, and in interviews, she credited him for encouraging her to break musical barriers. Throughout her career, she toured internationally and influenced generations of female artists, such as Dolly Parton and modern figures who admired her bold approach. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2009, solidifying her legacy as a pioneer in country and rock. Later, in the 1970s, she transitioned to gospel after becoming a born-again Christian, though she continued performing her classic rockabilly and country songs for her fans. Alongside her music, Wanda Jackson's personal life attracted as much attention as her career. According to reports from the time, she had a relationship with Elvis Presley in the mid-1950s, which placed her at the center of constant speculation about her romantic connections. Rumors linked her to other rockabilly and country artists, with stories suggesting romantic ties to touring musicians. Although not everything was confirmed, her glamorous image and close bonds with male stars of the era generated abundant gossip, fueling the perception that she was sentimentally associated with several important names in the industry. Number 11. Linda Ronstadt was born on July 15, 1946, in Tucson, Arizona. Imagine a ranch in the southwestern U.S. desert, where a girl of Mexican heritage grows up surrounded by traditional music that would shape her unique voice. Her father, Gilbert Ronstadt, was a machinery merchant with Mexican roots and German ancestors, while her mother, Ruth Mary, came from a German, English, and Dutch lineage. Raised in a Catholic family, Linda absorbed Mexican music from a young age, influenced by family traditions and the folklore of Sonora, Mexico, where her great-grandfather originated. In her personal life, Linda never married, but she adopted 2 children, her daughter, Mary Clementine, in 1990, and her son, Carlos, in 1994, raising them as a single mother in San Francisco and Tucson. According to reports from the era, she had public relationships with prominent figures, such as California Governor Jerry Brown in the 1970s, which generated magazine covers and significant media attention. She was also romantically linked to filmmaker George Lucas, with whom she was engaged from 1983 to 1988, and others like musician J.D. Souther and actor Jim Carrey. These connections, often highlighted by the press, fueled speculation about her romantic life, though she always maintained a private stance focused on her career. Linda's career took off in the 1960s as part of the folk rock trio, the Stone Ponies, with the hit Different Drum in 1967. As a solo artist, she released albums like Hand Sewn, Homegrown in 1969, considered one of the first alternative country albums by a woman. Her big breakthrough came with Heart Like a Wheel in 1974, which catapulted her to stardom and earned her a Grammy for Best Female Country Vocal Performance with I Can't Help It If I'm Still in Love with You. Hits like When Will I Be Loved and Crazy dominated the country charts, and she collaborated with Dolly Parton and Emmylou Harris on the albums Trio in 1987 and Trio 2 in 1999, winning Grammys for Best Country Collaboration with Vocals. Linda accumulated 11 Grammys in total, including awards in Latin categories for albums like Canciones de mi Padre in 1987, which celebrated her Mexican heritage and became the best-selling Spanish-language album in U.S. history. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2014, received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2016, and honors like the National Medal of Arts in 2014. She sold over 100 million records, and her versatility led her to Broadway, light opera, and Latin music, influencing generations of artists. Beyond her music, Linda faced health challenges that led to her retirement in 2011, initially diagnosed with Parkinson's and later with progressive supranuclear palsy in 2019, affecting her ability to sing. However, her political and cultural activism, such as promoting Mexican music at festivals, kept her in the public eye. Despite her privacy, rumors about her relationships, according to the press, painted her as a charismatic diva with a vibrant and mysterious romantic life. Her ties to celebrities and her independence made her an icon of speculation, though much of it remained unconfirmed, adding to her legendary aura in a male-dominated world. Number 10, Jessi Colter, whose real name is Miriam Johnson, was born on May 25, 1943, in Phoenix, Arizona. Think of the arid desert under a relentless sun where a young woman finds her voice amid the silence. She became one of the few female voices in the outlaw country movement of the 1970s. She married Waylon Jennings, and their union was seen as one of the most influential couples in country music. Together, they formed a powerful duo that captured everyone's attention. Jessi also shone as a solo artist with songs like I'm Not Lisa, which demonstrated her strength independently of her marriage. In terms of her achievements, Jessi Colter is one of the few women who successfully broke into outlaw country, a male-dominated world. Her hit I'm Not Lisa reached number 1 on the country charts and crossed over to pop in 1975. She collaborated with Jennings Nelson and Tom Paul Glaser on the classic album Wanted. The Outlaws, the first country album to be certified platinum. Throughout her career, she released several solo albums and was admired for balancing her profession with raising her family. Jessi's influence on outlaw country made her an essential figure in the history of country music. In addition to her individual success, she often performed on stage with Waylon Jennings, and their chemistry made them audience favorites. She participated in duets and live performances that kept her tied to the outlaw scene. Outside of music, Jessi was known for her strong Christian faith, and in the 2000s, she returned to gospel, releasing albums that reflected her spiritual side. Despite her marriage to Jennings, Jessi was surrounded by rumors in the outlaw circles of Nashville and Texas. According to reports from the time, she was romantically linked to colleagues like Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson, among others, due to her close friendships and collaborations. The outlaw community was famous for its intense parties, which sometimes blurred the lines between professional and personal. Due to her constant presence in that environment, the speculations persisted. These rumors, never confirmed, contributed to her image as a bold woman navigating a man's world, where relationships were always under the microscope of the press. Number 9. Crystal Gayle was born on January 9, 1951, in Paintsville, Kentucky. Imagine a voice as smooth as silk on a dimly lit stage, where a younger sister emerges from the shadow of a legend. She is the younger sister of the iconic Loretta Lynn and built her own identity in music. In her personal life, she married Bill Gatzamos in 1971, and their marriage has endured for decades, being one of the most stable in country history. Together, they raised a family, with Gatzamos supporting her behind the scenes. As Loretta Lynn's sister, Crystal, has mentioned in interviews that she struggled against comparisons but forged her path with a more pop and smooth sound. Her career took off in the 1970s with Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue, a crossover hit that earned her a Grammy. She followed with number ones like Talking in Your Sleep, Half the Way, and Why Have You Left the One You Left Me For? Gayle became one of the most successful female artists of her era, known for her smooth voice and floor-length hair. Her achievements include a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and induction into the Grand Ole Opry in 2017. She had international success, especially in the United Kingdom, where she toured frequently and built a loyal fan base. Beyond music, her iconic floor-length hair was a topic in magazines, adding to her glamour and giving the press reasons to speculate about her personal life. Despite her relative privacy, Crystal Gayle did not escape gossip. Her glamorous image, frequent collaborations with male country stars, and her status as Loretta Lynn's sister put her in the spotlight. According to the press, there was speculation about relationships outside her marriage, connecting her to figures in Nashville. Although she maintained a professional reputation, the constant attention fueled the idea that she had more social and sentimental ties in the industry than she publicly admitted. Number 8. LeAnn Rimes was born on August 28, 1982, in Jackson, Mississippi, and grew up in Texas. Feel the pressure of early fame like a blinding spotlight on a child with a powerful voice. She showed musical talent from a very young age and signed her first record deal as a teenager. In her personal life, she married dancer Dean Sharamet in 2002 at age 19. But the marriage ended in divorce in 2010 following a public affair with actor Eddie Cibrian. She then married Cibrian in 2011, and they have remained together. LeAnn's rise at age 13 made her one of the youngest Grammy winners, bringing enormous pressure to her career and life. She became a star in 1996 with her debut album Blue, revealing her powerful vocals and drawing comparisons to Patsy Cline. The album positioned her as one of the youngest country stars to achieve mainstream success. She has sold millions of records, won Grammys, ACM, and CMA awards, and crossed over to pop with hits like How Do I Live and Can't Fight the Moonlight. She became one of the most recognizable female country voices of the late 1990s and early 2000s. She appeared in films and reality TV such as LeAnn and Eddie, keeping her private life in the public eye. These appearances often revived rumors about her relationships, adding to stories of sentimental connections beyond what was admitted. Her personal life became a major topic in tabloids, especially the affair with Eddie Cibrian, who was married to Brandi Glanville. According to reports, the story generated headlines for years, with speculations about betrayals and previous and subsequent relationships, fueling perceptions of multiple romantic links. Rimes' decision to publicly embrace her relationship with Cibrian intensified the rumors, positioning her as one of the country divas most associated with sentimental gossip in the press, though much of it was exaggerated. Number 7. Faith Hill was born on September 21, 1967, in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Visualize a childhood in a religious working-class family where dreams of singing are forged in the quiet of the night. Adopted as an infant, she pursued her passion for music. In her personal life, she first married Daniel Hill in 1988, divorcing in 1994. 2 years later, she married country superstar Tim McGraw in 1996, forming one of the most celebrated couples in the genre. They have 3 daughters and remain married. Hill has spoken in interviews about reconnecting with her birth mother, adding depth to her story. Her career exploded in the 1990s with albums like Take Me As I Am and It Matters to Me, producing several number ones. She gained popularity with pop crossovers in the 1990s and 2000s with songs like Breathe and The Way You Love Me. She has won multiple Grammys, CMA, and ACM awards, and is one of the best-selling female country artists. Her blend of country roots and pop allowed her to dominate charts and global tours. Professionally, her joint tours with Tim McGraw, like Soul to Soul, broke records as the highest grossing in country. Her onstage presence with McGraw gave the press material to speculate about every embrace or duet. Despite her family image, Faith Hill faced gossip about her personal life. According to tabloids, she left her fiancé, executive Scott Hendricks, for McGraw during a tour, fueling rumors of overlaps. Over the years, she and McGraw faced speculations of infidelities, separations, and divorces. Although they repeatedly denied it, her beauty, fame, and high-profile marriage made her a constant target for the press, creating the impression of a more dramatic, sentimental life than what she showed. Number 6. Shania Twain was born on August 28, 1965, in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Recall a childhood in a humble home marked by early responsibilities after losing her parents in a car accident in 1987. In her personal life, she married producer Robert John Mutt Lang in 1993, with whom she had a son. Her marriage ended in 2010 after Lang's affair with her best friend, Marie Ann Thibault. In a surprising twist, Shania married Frederick Thibault, Marie Ann's ex-husband, in 2011. Shania became one of the biggest stars in country and pop in the 1990s and 2000s. Her album, Come On Over, sold over 40 million copies, the best-selling country album and one of the top overall. It included hits like Man, I Feel Like a Woman, That Don't Impress Me Much, and You're Still the One, turning her into a global superstar. She won multiple Grammys, World Music Awards, and CMA Awards, and is credited with elevating country pop crossovers. In the 2000s, she contracted Lyme disease, damaging her vocal cords and forcing a long hiatus. Her comeback included Las Vegas residencies and new albums demonstrating resilience. She became a fashion icon with bold outfits and videos, giving tabloids angles to keep her in focus beyond relationships. Her personal life made headlines during and after her divorce from Lang. The affair scandal drew massive attention, and the partner swap with the Thibauts made it even more dramatic. According to the press, she was linked to other men in the industry, suggesting admirers and possible secret relationships, though unproven. Her striking appearance, massive fame, and public breakdown of her first marriage positioned her as a country diva with frequent headlines about her sentimental life. Number 5. Reba McEntire was born on March 28, 1955, in McAlester, Oklahoma. Imagine a vast ranch under endless skies where a young woman immersed in rodeo culture finds her calling in music. She grew up in a ranching family before breaking into country. In her personal life, she married steer wrestling champion Charlie Battles in 1976, divorcing in 1987. She then married her manager Narvel Blackstock in 1989, a marriage that lasted 26 years until 2015. The separation was public, as Blackstock handled much of her career. Reba is known as the Queen of Country, thanks to her impressive achievements. Since the late 1970s, she has released over 30 studio albums, sold about 75 million records, and produced many number ones. She has won multiple Grammys, ACM, and CMA awards. Beyond music, she succeeded in acting with the sitcom Reba, and as an entrepreneur and philanthropist. Her relevance over decades makes her an enduring figure in country. She faced tragedy in 1991 with a plane crash that killed 7 members of her band and crew, but she continued performing, showing strength. She expanded to Broadway with Annie Get Your Gun and lines of clothing and home products. These ventures made her a household name beyond country, keeping her under public scrutiny. With fame came gossip about her sentimental life. After divorcing Blackstock, tabloids linked her to several men inside and outside entertainment, suggesting quick romances. Some stories connected her to country singers and collaborating actors. Although she rarely addressed it publicly, her beauty, influence, and long career in the spotlight maintained constant speculations, creating an image of a diva always close to romantic rumors. Number 4. Loretta Lynn was born on April 14, 1932, in Butcher Hollow, Kentucky. Feel the weight of a humble family in coal mines, where a teenage bride forges a legacy of brutal honesty. She married Oliver Doolittle Lynn in January 1948 at age 15. It lasted until his death in 1996, with 6 children. According to Loretta and others, the marriage was turbulent due to Doolittle's issues with infidelity and alcohol, but she stayed by his side. As one of the most influential women in country, Loretta built a legendary career spanning over 60 years. Her songs reflected her struggles with hits like Coal Miner's Daughter, Don't Come Home a-Drinkin' with Lovin' on Your Mind, and You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man. She won multiple Grammys, was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1988, and received the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2013. She became a symbol of strength for women, breaking barriers with honest lyrics about love, marriage, and hardships. Her life was portrayed in the 1980 biographical film Coal Miner's Daughter, bringing her story to new audiences and earning an Oscar for Sissy Spacek's portrayal. She wrote bold songs like The Pill, banned on many radios for addressing birth control. These risks shaped her image as a fearless woman, giving critics and the press much to debate about her values. Despite her long public marriage, Loretta faced rumors. Tabloids speculated that her close professional relationships with male singers like Conway Twitty might have gone beyond friendship, though both denied it. Her outspoken songs about infidelity generated gossip that they reflected her private life, more than admitted. Although unproven, her position as a strong and vocal woman in a male-dominated industry made her an easy target for constant chatter about her sentimental ties. Number 3. Tammy Wynette was born on May 5, 1942, in Itawamba County, Mississippi. Known as the First Lady of Country, her dramatic personal life rivaled her songs in attention. She married 5 times. The most famous was to George Jones in 1969, lasting until 1975, with 1 daughter. Marked by alcoholism, fights, and separations, it was an iconic partnership. Other marriages, like to Don Chappell and George Ritchie, kept her in headlines. Tammy became a key female voice in country with hits like Stand By Your Man, Divorce, and Till I Can Make It on My Own. She gave voice to women's struggles and emotions, connecting deeply with audiences. She won multiple Grammys and was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1998. Her influence transcended country, with songs in pop culture and covers by other artists. Her complicated love life fueled endless gossip. The stormy marriage to Jones generated speculations of mutual infidelities. According to rumors, she was romantically linked to others in the industry during marriages, contributing to her 5 unions, though unconfirmed. Her repeated divorces and quick remarriages added to her reputation as someone always in sentimental transitions. Combined with emotional songs about heartbreak, tabloids painted her as a diva with a personal life as dramatic as her music. Number 2, Tanya Tucker was born on October 10, 1958, in Seminole, Texas. She burst into the spotlight at 13 with Delta Dawn in 1972, one of the youngest country stars. She never married, but her relationships with high-profile men were as famous as her songs. Her stormy romance with Glen Campbell in the 1980s was one of the most discussed in country, with fans expecting a wedding. Tanya's career was full of highlights, with dozens of top 10 singles like Would You Lay With Me, In a Field of Stone, Texas, When I Die, and Two Sparrows in a Hurricane. Known for her bold voice and rebellious image, she remained relevant for decades. She won 2 CMA Awards, 2 ACM Awards, and in 2020, her first Grammys for Best Country Album and Song with Bring My Flowers Now. Her reinvention kept her central in country for nearly 50 years. She maintained her bold image by posing for Playboy in 1978, causing a stir in conservative country. She made a comeback in 2019 with Brandi Carlile and Shooter Jennings on While I'm Livin', winning Grammys after decades. These reinventions kept her visible, but her personal life often overshadowed her achievements. Beyond Campbell, rumors linked her to Merle Haggard, Don Johnson, Andy Gibb, and Elvis Presley. Her outspoken personality and independence fanned speculations. Media captured every move, and her bad girl image fueled the fire. Sometimes tabloids suggested ties to nearly everyone in entertainment. Whether true or sensationalism, it kept her name circulating. Her youth, striking beauty, and rebellious style gave the press endless material, solidifying her reputation as country's original wild child. Although it sometimes distracted from her music, it gave her a unique identity in a traditional genre. Number 1. Dolly Parton was born on January 19, 1946, in Sevier County, Tennessee. Think of a large family in poverty, where talent and determination elevate a girl to greatness. She married Carl Dean in 1966, and despite her fame, they have remained together. Interestingly, Dean has almost completely avoided the public eye, rarely appearing with Dolly at events, adding curiosity to their relationship. Dolly's achievements are legendary. One of the most successful country artists, with over 40 top 10 albums and about 100 charted singles. Hits like Jolene, 9 to 5, and I Will Always Love You, a massive success after Whitney Houston's cover, define her. She won multiple Grammys, CMA, and ACM Awards, inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1999. Beyond music, she is a philanthropist, actress, and entrepreneur with Dollywood and her imagination library for literacy. Despite her long marriage, Dolly has been the subject of constant rumors. Tabloids speculated about affairs with Kenny Rogers, Burt Reynolds, and her band leader, though she denied it. Her close friendships with male celebrities and flirtatious personality fueled gossip. Some suggested a double life given her husband's low profile. Although unproven, her charisma, beauty, and exuberant personality made her a perpetual target for stories about her sentimental life. These women demonstrated that, regardless of the rumors, their talent and influence in country music are undeniable and will endure. The scandals may have kept their names in headlines, but their voices and songs made them legends. And now, think about Tanya Tucker and her life full of unexpected twists, that independence that made her unforgettable. Thanks for joining me on this journey through the lives of these extraordinary divas. If it intrigued you, give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of music. Until next time.